we don't know what we're doing, but like, let's do it.
My favorite quote from you so far has been, we don't know what we're doing, so let's do it. Like that's entrepreneurship.
That's
That's
entrepreneurship.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite compliment I've ever gotten in my entire life was from this guy who I was building a layout of the gym and I had no idea what I was doing for a layout. I was just only going to the gym that was built previously in my hometown and going off that. And he said to me, he's like, you don't know what you don't know. Like, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, admitting that. And I looked at him like, I don't even know what that means. He's like, exactly. And what he meant was like, I have zero fear to tell you I don't know what I'm doing. And one of my biggest complaints is with these people who like pretend to know what they're doing and they don't. And like that
Yeah.
drives me up a wall. It's like, dude, like, why is it your ego? Like, why are you putting up this front to know when like eventually it gets exposed that you don't know? And I will be the first to admit when I don't know something, and that has really been beneficial, like, to me, because he looked at me. He's like, "You don't know what you're doing." I'm like, "No, I don't know what I'm doing." He's like, "You want to let your gym out this way?" And I'm like, "Great, yeah, you sell fitness equipment, like you know way more gyms than I do. Like, yeah, okay, what you just said to me, as long as it makes sense, I'll trust it. If what you say to me doesn't make sense and I can't figure it out, then it's probably either you're lying to me or you don't know. I have a pretty good intuition. I'm sure you can relate to that." So this guy like gave me the layout I wanted for the gym and how we should have it. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then just using like modern day psychology, like where the first thing we walk in is our treadmill. And why is it the treadmill? Because it's the easiest, most comfortable, most recognizable piece of equipment in the gym. And
Yep.
so when anyone walks in that gym, like, oh, that's a treadmill. Perfect. I know how to use that. I'm now
Yeah.
comfortable, right?
I'm not overwhelmed. I want
Not
to stay here.
overwhelmed. And you want to stay here. The most intricate or like, most skillful piece of equipment is gonna be a squat rack. And it's all in the back corner. And you keep these high skill people away from the low skill people. And that's by design, right? And
It's
we've
the
been
same as
here
Planet Fitness's model, right? Like they want it to
which
be approachable to everyone.
approachable to everybody. And yeah, inviting environment, having all that's really important. And I think it's like year 6 now, 5 now, 5, yeah, yeah, somewhere. I never really keep track of that stuff. I don't. It doesn't really bother me like when we started or not. I don't. I always have this like philosophy of like I can go to business tomorrow. Like I don't know, like something can happen and like we're done. So like, does it really matter if I've been here 10 years? Like no, because like the next year might be our last year.
And how's the gym doing? Is it the only gym in town still?
So no, we had a competitor. I happened to your point. I was at a networking event. This guy did a really great topic. He talked about. It was really interesting. I was really invested in his conversation. I was participating in it, and I went up to him afterwards. I said, "Hey, like I'm in Mountaintop too. I'm actually building a gym," and he took like 2 steps back from me.
So you just told him that you owned a gym and that's when he was
Yeah,
standoffish?
he owned 2 buildings and a manufacturing plant like in the same hometown as I did, and so we
Okay.
were talking about stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, well, hey, I'm in Mountaintop. I'm gonna actually do this," and he took those 2 steps back. He's like, "I have to tell you something." He's like, "I just like emailed a guy at least to sign one of my warehouse spaces to put a gym in,"
Ugh.
and he's like,
And you were about to open or you'd already opened?
I'm about to start building. Like I
Okay.
have the land clear. Like I have the land ready. Like a permit just got approved. The guy's like, I don't know what to do here because I just met you and you're cool, but like I just signed this lease with this guy. Like, so I'm telling you both like what's going on. And I said to the guy, I said, look, he just signed. He's like in the process of signing a lease. Like you might save him some money, by telling him don't do it. And which I don't know if that's seen as like cocky from my standpoint, but I was like, yo, we just spent 100 grand engineering. Like we're doing it.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and the guy's like, your location's
And
better than mine is. So
I
like
was just going to say that you have a killer location. And
our
that's everything.
location is fantastic. He's like an industrial park back, like still I've not on purpose. I've never driven past this guy's place just because of where it is. Whereas like he has to drive past my place to get to his place. And so the guy, he emailed me, said, hey, he's going to move forward. He's going to do it. And this is actually kind of funny. I do like not that I'm purposely competitive, but I'm definitely, I enjoy the game. And he built his gym. He was open first. It took us longer because he was just renting a space out. We were building it from scratch. Our first month, we added 1,000 members. So went from 0 to 1,000 in like maybe a month and a half, but
That's a tenth of the town.
yeah, yeah. Which is funny because that if you look up the numbers, like that's how many members, like the percent, I was doing the business plan, doing the math. you have about 10% of people who own gym memberships, like in the United States. So I'm like, that was the goal, 10th the town.
We're saturated. We're done.
Yeah, which is part of a problem I'm having now is that we are at the ceiling. It's like, well, what do you do when you hit a ceiling, right? I can't do any more. So I spend very little time on the gym because
raise prices. Not that you want to, but
that guy, he wasn't open on Sundays, right? So one of the first things we did was show your ID Sunday. So if you were a member of any other gym in the area, you could show your ID on Sundays and work out at our gym for free. So after like 2 months, the guy's like, well, I guess I got to open on Sunday because all my people are like leaving to go here. And
so you let them work out for free if it was on a Sunday? Anyone, even if they weren't a member?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Show your ID Sunday. So just show your ID and then you come into our place and check it out and use it and get familiar with it.
Were you able to track how many you converted from that?
I'm not a big track convert guy, which like my one friend hates that.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I just know it works.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not going to waste my time like tracking if I already know it's good to go.
Well, like you're familiar with the midwit meme, right? Like the distribution curve on one end, it's like, it just works. And then in the middle, it's like, oh no, we got to track this. We got a conversion rate. What are the attribution metrics we use in UTM parameters yet? And then on the other end, it's like, it just works.
It just works.
It just works.
Right.
You graduate past all that tracking.
Yeah. I don't think it's that important. As long as like you have a pulse on it, right? I was at the gym. I could see faces I didn't recognize. I'm like, yeah, okay, I know this, what's going on here. And I knew he had a couple hundred members that might want to work out on Sundays. It was close, so why not do it? And so it worked out well, and enough where in like 4 months he closed up shop, went out of business. And so I felt kind of bad, but at the same time, like I don't feel bad. I'm like, dude, you didn't try.
He had the luxury of being warned and he ignored it. How often do people get that?
Yeah,
not that exactly. Like, I mean, if it were you, would you have ignored him? Right. In his defense,
I did warn him. I did the right thing and said, hey,
I'm saying you probably would have opened too anyway if the roles were reversed, right?
Based on my location, I don't know. Like it's really hard to beat our stuff. But to your point, maybe because someone
just
else,
the confidence.
Someone moved into his space who already had 2 gyms in the area. I'm not sure how well they're doing, but so we do have another gym now in the hometown, and so there's some competition there. But we're still doing well, and I honestly think we're at that ceiling where like you said, you could raise prices, but then you're changing your model from high value to like a higher cost.
So you might not know this, but this isn't my real channel. My full channel is linked below or right here. Go check that out for full episodes.